Okay, this is year 3 of my California native front yard garden, and I wanted to give you guys an update on how everything's looking. So in the front here, I had tossed a few wildflower seeds, California native wildflower seeds in the front, and I haven't done that again. It's just all taking care of itself, and you can see it's actually a lot of poppies spread over there to my neighbor's yard. Good thing they're pretty, I guess. She doesn't seem to mind. But these little blue flowers right here, I think are called blue thimble flowers. So those and the poppies, and then there's one other kind of flower. This one, I don't remember exactly what that one's called. Those are the wildflowers that are doing the best out here. And then I have 2 yarrow actually 3. One right here, you can see it's about to flower. It's doing really good. And then one right here, that one, and actually I forgot I added another one over here, but it's getting drowned out by the wildflowers, so I'm going to need to trim these up around it. Whenever I do these updates, I'm like torn because the ceanothus is so pretty and it's blooming. It's like one of the first things to bloom in spring, but you can see it's starting to die back now as far as the flowers are. The plant always stays this beautiful green color, but that penstemon over there in a couple more days is going to be so full of those bright purple flowers. So I figured this was the best time. You could see a few of the ceanothus flowers and a few of those penstemon flowers, which we'll see closer when we get over there. But I also have, the succulents that aren't native, but I have them along this rock path. And then this is my fruit tree. It's a Peter's honey fig, and it has some figs on it. It gets like a first flush of like spring figs that will get ripe way before the rest of them, and then it gets a ton more like end of summer. This is the Canyon Snow Iris. I have one right there, and one right there. Just a second, buddy. And then these are little hen and chicks in here. Let's see. I still do, seaside daisy and a seaside daisy, but they did not bloom this year, and they just looked kind of rough. These look like they're about to bloom, so I'm probably going to get a couple pretty pink flowers off of these, but not as many as I have in years past. And I think because it didn't rain as much this winter as it usually did. Just a second, buddy, I'm almost done. This is California red buckwheat. I don't know if it's California, but it's red buckwheat right here and over there. This plant gets full sun, and so it's a lot smaller, and the leaves are more like curled and turned up. That one stays more green and healthy looking, and it's a lot bigger because it gets shade. This is the Foothill Penstemon, and it is so pretty. These bright purple flowers, and the hummingbirds love it. I can see right out my front window right there. The hummingbird love this plant, and they love the Catalina California Fuchsia. And this blooms in the fall, and it's like a reddish pink flower. And it's under my olive tree. This is the golden currants. I have a random lavender plant right there, just because I had that there before that was big and before this penstemon was here. So now that lavender looks out of place, but at the time it was good. So I'm gonna have to transplant that, put that somewhere else. And then I just have some random aloe plants scattered around. I think there's another one hiding under this fuchsia bush. And then this is an Oregon grape. It looks like it'll be the first year that we actually get some berries off it. And I know they're not supposed to be very sweet, but the roots and the berries are medicinal. That's why I have that. I got my little jade plant there, and then some more aloe at the back of this little river rock. And then this golden currant is gonna have a ton of berries on it, because a couple months ago it was all bright yellow flowers, and you can see some little berries forming on it. So that's for this side. Over here I have another golden currant. That one's gonna do great. And I love this currant right here because it's hiding my hose. You can't see it from the front. Currant, I have a bunch of Swiss chard in here just randomly, and it's like on year 3. It's crazy that it's growing so well. And you can see it's about to flower. I just keep cutting off these, and then it just keeps coming back. I have a red one, pink one, some more reds and orange ones over here. It's crazy. But these are evergreen currants. They smell so good. If you pick one of the leaves and you rub it between your fingers and you smell it, or if you come out here right after it rained, it smells really good. And then I have, like, speaking of these, how I was saying how they're so old, look at that root. That's a huge 3-year-old Swiss chard root. So in my area, they're not usually perennial, but for some reason out here they do great. And then I have some longevity spinach. This will fill up this whole area as it starts getting hotter. I cut it back during the winter. And then over here is a western huckleberry, which is really slow growing. I'm sure it needs more sun than it's getting. But this year it looks like we're going to have some berries on it. There's a few more over here. We've gotten a few berries, like maybe 4 or 5, but not very many. This has just been a really slow growing bush, I think because it's maybe gets like 1 hour of sunlight a day. But yeah, that's my update. I also planted some sweet potatoes out here, which will add nice pretty vines like overgrowing in the front. And then this section over here has always been grass, but this last winter and fall we put our fire pit out here. We have these 2 planters, which I got some sweet potatoes in here too, so hopefully the vines will spill out over. And then I put a pomegranate tree right there. And then over here I have some more California natives. This is desert marigold. I have one right there, one on that side, and then all in the front here is deer grass. And then I know these aren't California native, but they're going to be pretty. I have Russian sage, like 4 of those plants. And then in the middle here, I have a butterfly bush. And up front, I put ice plant. You can't see them because they're really tiny right now, but they're a light pink variety. So this whole section should fill in nicely and kind of add a little bit of privacy when we're out here with our neighbors, which I don't know why we need privacy when we're inviting the whole neighborhood to have fires with us, but it'll be nice. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. And that's my year 3 California native update.